A short sale is when the seller actually owes more money on his home than he could get on the active market. So for instance, if the market would give him $500,000 for his house and he owes $550,000, that means he's $50,000 short. It does not mean that it's going to be a fast process. I had a client recently that asked me that. Does a short sale mean I can get it done quickly? Actually, it's quite the opposite. For most of our clients that relocate to the area, we traditionally tell them to stay away from a short sale. The reason is, at a minimum, you're looking at 60 to 90 days before you hear anything. Not whether or not they'll take your contract, but just simply for them to acknowledge the fact that they have your contract in hand. So a short sale truly is a long process. Another experience has been many times, whatever you wrote the contract for, the bank will not take that price. The problem is there's a big disconnect. The seller wants out of the house. The agent lists it for the seller at whatever the going market rate is, or perhaps even lower. The reason they do that is the bank will not look at your contract or look at the possibility of selling the house for a loss until there's a contract in hand. Once that's in hand, they then have to go to the investor, because the bank doesn't own it yet, and find out if the investor will take that big loss, that $50,000 loss, and whether or not they'll sell it to you. Our experience has been that many times the investor will go back to the bank, who in turn goes back to you as the buyer, and tell you that even though you wrote a contract for this price, even if it's over list price, they're not going to sell it to you for that. We had a client where it came back and it was $90,000 more that the investor wanted than what they wrote it for, even though their offer price was $10,000 higher than list price. So be aware of a short sale. Understand it's a long process. If you're relocating and you need a place to stay, it's probably not your best bet. If you live in the local area, you're willing to wait it out 3 to 4 months, not knowing whether or not you'll get the home, it could be a solution.